Hello everyone, it's Ree, and for today's manual we have I Became the Villain's Trainer, art by 91, story by TLB, and original story by Renee. Content advisory before reading this story. This contains or has strong implications of the following. Now that you're informed, we are drawing and talking about Alexa, the female lead. We were first introduced with Han Yu-hee, an ordinary girl who dreams of being a vet someday. Although the dream was elusive to her at first, as she failed the admissions twice. But with the support of her parents, they urged her to try more. On her third attempt, she got in. Rejoicing that finally her dreams were moving along, now she just needs to study her hardest. She began to develop a new dream. To one day spoil her parents, to give back all the love and support she was given. However, that dream was short-lived. Promptly after the news of her admissions, her parents got involved in a car accident, leaving her orphaned. Although the grief was unbearable, she couldn't let go of her dreams of being a board-certified vet. She worked hard, juggling multiple part-time jobs, studying the best she could, and with student loans, she managed all that and graduated. Finally now, she was a veterinarian. Maybe life is going to take a turn now for the better. But it was all wishful thinking, because the senior that she trusted with her parents' life insurance money scammed her. They promised to build a pet clinic and let her be a veterinarian there. But he betrayed her. Now she was left with nothing. It was the last straw. Why did her hard work always lead to misfortune? Closing her eyes, she jumped off a building hoping to be reconnected with her parents soon. That's what she wished for. She wished to see her parents at least on the other side. However, a mysterious voice told her that why did she ended her life prematurely? She has a year left to live. So to compensate that, she need to live a life for a year, not as Han Yu-hee, because she was beyond saving, but Alexa in another world. That other world was somewhat akin to a late medieval era or even the Victorian one. Dresses, taverns, monarchy, your girl from Korea was not used to it. However, she remembers the same girl, the same plot, and the same setting. It was the book she used to read before. Now she was stuck in the world within a story titled The Grand Duke's Dog Lessons on Becoming the Next Successor. She was going to be Alexa, a side character destined to be impaled by a sword by the Grand Duke's knight a year after mistaking the heir as a stray puppy. Apparently, in this world has a fantasy mixed in. The Grand Duke's heir, Isildus Terracion, was a pure-blooded wolf shifter. After 150 years, a pure-blooded wolf shifter, Isildus was born. As a pure-blood, he cannot shift into his human form before he comes of age. So, he stays in his puppy form, a silver wolf with blue eyes. But the lack of pure-blooded wolves made the whole duchy clueless on how to raise a pup. With the people around him having no experience in child rearing, or in this case, puppy raising, he grew up feral, scratching up wallpapers, growling at the servants, even biting them, and basically a wild pup who doesn't know how to listen. That is when he encountered original Alexa. After being fed up, he ran away from the duchy. She saw him in the forest, stranded in the rain, and raised him up like a stray dog to accompany her, but she ended up being mistaken as a kidnapper and getting stabbed by a sword. Before saying that Isildus is such an ungrateful pup, apparently when he comes of age and shifts into his human form, he would not remember anything during that period. So, original Alexa was left forgotten as if she didn't exist in the first place. Original Alexa was also an orphan. A commoner too, nothing special. She works part-time as a server in a tavern, but it was not that bad. This life where she could work and live day to day could be tolerable. So she hoped not to meet Isildus in this life, but as if the plot can't be broken, she stumbled upon him in his puppy form. Han Yu-hee, or now Alexa, wouldn't tolerate what the original went through. She has grown selfish. She will do anything for her to live a long life. So, when she encountered Isildus in his puppy form, As a veterinarian who studied and trained in Korea, she used that knowledge to make him as obedient as he can be. She failed multiple times even on the simple commands, but finally, after a month of training him, he can now successfully sit, lay down, roll over, and even offer his paw. Now that he's obedient as he can be, remember how did original Alexa ended up? A case of mistaken identity. To avoid that, she regularly took Isildus to a walk, hoping some knights that were dispatched to look for him would see them together and not think that she took him in hiding and kidnapped him. But calling him Isildus right off the bat is more suspicious, right? So she lovingly calls him Happy in their walks, as to the dismay of the knights, who saw them together. Imagine the heir of the Grand Duke is being called Happy, treated like a stray dog. But he is somewhat reformed. They couldn't believe their eyes that the feral wolf then was this angel puppy doing tricks on the sidewalk. Nonetheless, they still need to report this. They found the heir. Alexa's plan to a long life is somewhat underway. What was the plan exactly? To be spotted by the knight, clear the misunderstanding that she kidnapped him, and maybe, just maybe, be offered a job on training the wild pup heir. The next day, here comes Busten, a loyal retainer of the Grand Duke. He started to talk to Alexa and Happy in their daily walk, insisting that he was their dog that was missing for some time now. Happy just kept growling, wanting nothing to do with him. But a simple command from Alexa settled him down. Naturally, Busten was impressed. No one in the entire duchy could make Isildus obey. Alexa stated she had grown close with Happy and would not like to part with him. Isildus, on the other hand, didn't want to separate with Alexa. He was left with no choice. He started to offer a job with Alexa. Although Alexa was content with her job on the tavern, and her plan as a pup trainer is just a plan B, she hesitated. But Busten had a trump card, and that was 100 times her salary now. How can your girl refuse if a month of it guarantees her life till her olden age? So off she went with him to the duchy. Busten didn't offer it for nothing. Of course he had an ulterior motive. He just needed to observe Alexa, know her techniques and know-how, then fire her, and do the training himself, as he can't fully trust a human with the secret of the wolves. But being a human living in the duchy, full of wolf shifters, he needs to divulge some crucial information to Alexa. That Isildus is really the heir to the duchy, so he would appreciate for her to stop calling him Happy, for his dignity at least, so they settle with Izzy. He's a pure-blooded wolf, and the mansion and the whole territory's population is a wolf shifter. Of course, Alexa knows it all, but Busten didn't know that, so he made Alexa promise to keep it a secret and threaten her that now she belongs to the duchy forever and will be monitored by the knights to keep this a secret, or they will get rid of her. Alexa understands and agrees. They arrive at the Duke's mansion. The servant was hesitant to welcome a human, but it was quickly set aside when they saw the change on Izzy. The terrorizing pup in the past was no more. He was an angel now with Alexa. Busten also assigned Teron, his son, to monitor Alexa, to somewhat see if she has bad ideas, and overall oversee how he tamed Izzy. You see, wolves by nature have a strong aversion to humans. Busten was suspicious of Alexa. Teron seems like a good candidate for keeping an eye on her as he is somewhat aloof and has a hard time even trusting his shifter peers. With the passing of days, in the guise of watching Alexa, Teron developed a fascination and connection with her. He could be or already be the second male lead, only on Izzy's distaste. Izzy always glared every time Teron converses with Alexa. He also developed somewhat of a jealousy, with him being stuck in his wolf form, and Teron on the other hand can talk with Alexa. Oh, how he wishes to do that too. But, before all of their connection goes deeper, Busten decides to fire Alexa, thinking he had observed her enough, and he knows all of her techniques. He already knows the keywords that would make Izzy obey, and offering treats was the holy grail of Izzy's obedience. So she sent her off to the Duchy's village, where Alexa could lead a normal life away from the mansion. Saddened by the news, but with no way to counter it, Alexa left the mansion. But joke's on him. He didn't even last a week. Izzy was back to being a vicious wolf, tearing up wallpapers, ripping off curtains, attacking the servants, and no matter how they copy Alexa, they cannot make Izzy obey. And the worst of it, even Teron was sulky. So he had no other choice. He summoned her back to the relief of everyone. And that was proven to be a blessing in disguise for Busten. With Alexa's knowledge, she had managed to help him with several tragedies surrounding the duchy. She helped to lessen the casualties and develop a cure to the plague, also with the council to make crucial decisions. So, Alexa was not only Izzy's trainer, but also a valuable asset to the duchy. He also supported her studies on medicinal herbs as she excels on it. That is it for now. The manhwa currently has around 50 chapters around the time of this upload, and the story has so much to offer as we only glossed over the first 10 to start it off. And remember, we should also look forward to Izzy's human form. So again, it's Ree. See you all on the next one.